so, and it was FaZe that won that out. So they got to choose, and naturally, Chad, on a Nuke, you choose the CT side.
Yeah, and we're going to get underway with the pistol round here, which have been no issues for FaZe throughout. They're 4 from 4 over the first 2 maps. Let's see if they can keep it that way. Make it 5 from 5 as we do set our sights here. Now, complexity on this T-half, this is a map that really helped them get to this point of the competition. That game against Astralis, I think everybody were remembering that match. I think it went triple overtime. There'll be some key factors from that T side we'll dig into as we get this one underway. Maui just mentioned their top executes. So we do see the dual Berettas out in the hands of Twistzz. We got a little bit of light utility, a smoke and a flash for karrigan on the offense. We've got a HE, which is likely going to go towards that squeaky door. Yes, it will. Smoke towards the main position. Oh, it's for the vent drop, and over towards ramp they go.
Floppy. Back off, though, towards, yep, the lobby position. It's Twistzz above. Twistzz is on dualies. Haven't seen him run them too often. He does get 1 kill. It's karrigan to slide out, but he's overexposed. It's a wide swing when his defensive teammates were down inside of the site. Oh my. I thought Rain hit both those, excuse me. Brokey got 1, Rain found the other from the door, and it is yet again a 5th pistol for FaZe.
Okay, well, still no dramas in that department. Maybe something complexity which they spent a little bit more time on in the last week leading into this matchup here today. Another factor that I want to dive into here, and one that FaZe will have had to have done their homework on in the demos, is Floppy getting this vent control. It was a key issue against Astralis in the group stage, and Astralis ended up having to send Zipex down towards the lower side to deal with that drop immediately, round after round, and that's when Complexity used it against them, and we're running different variations of strategies here. It's actually going to be a force buy, so no plant, but they will get the guns out. Floppy into a Galil, some Deagles, some Tech 9s, and ready to jive over towards this ramp position. ropz should feast on this every day of the week.
He should, and he will. They're going to line up. He'll get 2, make it a 3rd. Finds the headshot on Floppy and resets his position. He's down to 20. Twistzz couldn't see through the incandescence, but realizes with bullets heading his direction to fire back. It's Fang he takes out. Oh, little Canadian on Canadian battle as Brokey will get down JT and close out the round 2-0.
Yeah, that's unfortunate to kick this one off, that they have this force buy, they have all their purchase up, and it's a simple let's contact ramp, and ropz just destroys them there. So this is the multi-fragging power of FaZe. You saw it on Inferno. You saw every time they were tested, somebody would step up with a multi-kill to lock out complexity. And when the trades weren't there, they started to get themselves into real hot water. They will be investing now into some Deagles and P250s here for round number 3. A conversation which needs to be had as well when you compare these two teams. FaZe have been here many times before. Complexity have not. For them, to win map 1, have that high, to the high of map 2, when they push them to the absolute limits.
Yep.
Grim with one of his best performances, and they still can't get across the line. It's about preserving that energy, which I'm sure they don't have at this point. Now we have to see if they do.
Well, and this still speaks to the positive tilt that I touched on, because you came so close to winning. So close to winning the series. And suddenly you have to play a 3rd map that you were, in all honesty, hoping, praying that you weren't going to, because you were that close. And now, you know, hitting that reset button is going to be difficult. You're absolutely right. So we'll see if they can accomplish that. It's been a flawless start for FaZe. First of, what, all 5 pistols that they went for? I think they had that one in the second half of Overpass. So not ecoed or force bought this time by Complexity, though. This is what they would need to start this map off, and we'll see if Complexity can recover with AKs.
Yeah, so let's see if the vent drops on the agenda here for Floppy early. Squeaky gets blown off, flashes in towards main. The smoke and the... Oh, it's just a top pop. Don't worry about the vent drop. Straight in towards the site here. karrigan gets 1 from top of hut. Fang's going to grab 1 back. Brokey from the rafters gets dropped, but ropz, he's still here, and he's ready to rock and roll. 2 for him. And now we're in a 2-on-2.
Yeah, but Grim's got the shot back, and he has position with these smokes down. Oh my. He's going to go down the vent after they vacated it? They're going to have no idea. JT's going to follow. They just got the lower site for free. And they're starting to realize, because Rain just peeks into hut, there's no noise. Twistzz was already watching Annex. Yeah, okay, so at least they're going to get the rotation right, but they're a step behind because JT's already 1 up ahead. And he's found Twistzz. It's going to be Rain that swings down below. Now, knowing JT's inside of the vents, he knows he can isolate a 1-on-1, and he spots the player already. The problem is, he's being played very well. No overcommitment from the peak, and those control room doors are going to get menacingly devilish right now as he has to get closer. It doesn't even matter. Grim's got the shot instead. 1 HP.
That is wild. I cannot believe they both, in a mid-round, slink down the vent before the dust had even settled. It's like, wait, where are they? Well, it doesn't matter. We're going straight down the fireman pole because this is an emergency. It's getting hot on top of the hut. But a great find from Fang there, and good trading because ropz, he rotated from this ramp position very, very quickly to respond to the top play. JT heads up. maneuver onto Twistzz, and Grim with the last kill that they need, and that is a great one early there. You can see Fang still looking fired up, but the money, residual cash, resides for FaZe. They can buy it back in. AWP for Brokey, rifles for the rest, and again, the onslaught of utility towards that top side. You can see it completely ablaze as a nade forward will more than tickle Grim as they're going to surge forward off of that. karrigan's found one to open up the account again, but they've walked on in there. Able to clear out the site. This is fantastic trading onto A.
Rain waits, he gets behind the vents. So another 2-on-2. They're split this time, however. Rain's gonna chase it down. Bomb's gonna be planted. Holzerk's isolated and alone at this point in time. And Rain might get, oh, he's got the advantage now. Surely, but not the aim. Holzerk made the noise. Rain was ready, he couldn't collect. And I don't even know if ropz considers going for this or not. That may not matter. Okay, he spots them going down. Hasn't done much damage to JT, but
safe.
You can't possibly go down that vent after him.
There's no way. I can't believe the resilience. All they did was wait for the protocol utility to fade there and then waltzed out onto the top with some well-placed utility. They get karrigan off of the top of Heart, and then the trades just keep coming. They can even take this AWP as well. Straight under the nose there of poor ropz, who investigates, but he's too late to this party. Damage still possible. Looks like he's just going to be staying alive over towards the decon door. So 2 consecutive. And now FaZe are broke. It's just this saved M4 carried through. Chance to level things up here early. This is good. It's showing scenes in the very early stages that Complexity are not going to go out without a fight here on map number 3.
ropz with one. Holzerk does take down Rain.
It's the vent again.
Every time. The fact that Holzerk took down Rain in that fashion was just outrageous. That, I mean, Rain was there. He saw him go down. He went after him. But you're not wrong. The vent is being well utilized.
Bought in here. This is an all-in maneuver. A deagle and a scout to supplement these rifles. If Complexity win this, it's good for 2 rounds.
Twistzz trying to stare into that smoke with the squeaky doorway. Make sure no one can get through cleanly. That's been the problem. So JT outside. Roki only with a scout. It's a tough battle to take.
They know that ropz survived, and he's the ramp holder, so that key piece of information should at least get them thinking that ramp should be a no-go zone, at least with too much of a commitment, as JT on the second try will land the Molotov he's looking for. Twistzz flush back, but exchange of a smoke there, and they are going to test the waters here.
Holzerk's off, holds the angle. If ropz even wants to rotate back over, it's going to be a problem for him. Fortunately, he's on the railing, so he would drop down. He wouldn't go back in that direction. He's going to find the first. Fang falls. Repositions again to watch out for utility and grenades, and that's enough. Complexity don't want any more of that punishment. And keep in mind, there is punishment there because Rain's with him. They're actually going to challenge. They're going to push through. They know they've fallen back. karrigan's going to lock and contain. He's lost out on the duel, however. Twistzz on top, but here's ropz. Quick, and you're right. The bomb goes down. He struck. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. Twistzz will get JT. Rain closes on Grim, and it's 4-2 for FaZe.
Okay, well handled there. Really nice round from FaZe. I think that Complexity were expecting just that one rifle and everybody else to be on something lighter. So coming into this round, I'm sure they got a shock of their life. And now they're the ones who are a bit more strapped for cash here. JT's heavily invested into an AK. The rest are buying what they can. Grim with a MAC-10, a couple of Tech 9s. Hauser could full invest here as well. But as soon as this drops, the penny, that is, there's real issues. If they got the opening kill in that situation, it could have been a whole different looking round, but a great heads-up response here with the re-aggress. And maybe it'll be a fast top again here.
That Molotov positioning. I didn't think Fang was going to get away with even surviving the flames, but he found a position. It just put him in the open for the entry. Twistzz, he's gonna get Grim down, but it's still the advantage. That fast take from Complexity. Floppy holds, and Rain's forced out. So they have control of the site. They haven't got the bomb plant yet.
The fact they keep getting away with this is such an issue for FaZe early on in this half. It's crazy. And they're running through the flames. They're hard clearing top hut.
That's exactly it. Like, karrigan's like, okay, I'll just stand between them. And then Fang's like, well, I'll just burn and kill you. Like, straight into it.
Oh, they've been smoked off for now, and the bomb gets planted. 40 seconds thrust onto the clock. They may have to consider a save again here.
And Floppy, I thought heard them from there, but maybe not outside with that wall. The smoke tried to throw one way. They missed out on it. Rain does hit the shot, though. Hang on, they're going to go. Roki already pre-scopes. Trades. Oh, HP as well. That was the one you would have expected him to win out on, but Floppy Control's at 15 HP, and it's 4-3 now.
I think it's actually better for them to have won in this pattern because before they had the saved rifle and residual cash, now they have a choice of a force spy. ropz has been able to get an M4 and armor here, so at least he's sitting pretty in all of this. But again, you're right, it's the pace of how this is happening. And I mentioned that it's going to be a problem. The fact that they even go for this retake is a problem in itself. I think a lot of other teams would be considering a save in this environment. So
I thought they were. As soon as they both dropped off of heaven, I thought that was it.
They're out again. Is Floppy going to get down the vent? Yeah, if he can, this is the play that really helped them to success here. So, oh, the vent's not broken.
No,
karrigan can see that.
Yeah, I was about to say that there's going to be a sound cue on it. Now, that doesn't prohibit Floppy from doing it. He could try and run into it, but he needs to know it's not broken. He does. He goes right out and straight down, so they hold it, but Rain's here. Floppy's aim, though. Okay, Floppy's aim is going to be toward the ladder. He thought he had the shot dead back in the head. It's still ropz to hold it because he got the information he dropped. He got the call from karrigan to rotate around. So this is a swift rebuttal from FaZe. They knew exactly the situation. Sure, you can get the vent. We already had one down there for you. We pulled ropz and we recovered the ramp position. That said, JT's got a 1-on-3, 100 HP. He does not have a bomb to work with.
Great response there from FaZe. Let's see how interesting JT can make this. Game leader with some aim when he's needed, but into the AWP is the hardest fight first. Low HP and swings in. Brokey will secure that. And the response time of FaZe there is what's the most impressive. The two players already towards lower. I highlighted it within the first couple of rounds that vent drop would be a problem. The fact they already had two players towards that lower side of things tells me that FaZe were preempting that maneuver.
100%. I think as soon as karrigan saw that the vent wasn't broken and the smoke was there, ropz was already starting to rotate because you could see the transition for the second player to ramp. So it wasn't even just one player. It was Rain already downstairs. It was Brokey get to the ramp, and ropz is able to rotate because he takes the rifle down. So Rain took that shot at the back of the head. I thought, wow, lack of trigger discipline? Yep. No, it's because, hang on, ropz was already there as well.
Bait and switch. And now there's a bit of a switch. You saw the tilt on Hauser. I haven't been seeing too much of that out of the complexity camp because things have been going swimmingly. Now, they're in a bit of hot water here. Timeout called, the first by the Cole side of things. And
wow, shaky.
Yeah, that's how they're feeling. As they will buy in again. Now, they have bought into FaZe's game here, right? FaZe has said, we're going to come and fight and buy and buy and buy, which you can understand with the pedigree of the players. Now, complexity, you're in dangerous water here. Deagle's P250s. One Galil with head armor is the highlight of this round for Fang. Chance here for FaZe to get up to 6 rounds and force complexity down into the dumps. It makes sense with where the economy's at for both teams to see these force buys. It's just a real rough spot to find yourself.
Floppy, smoke down as well. He wants to get into it. That's also a way to respond. You spam in, and then even the lobbed underhand grenade from Twistzz gives them an advantage to start things off.
I think they've muted the pep in the step from complexity they were feeling earlier with those top pops. It's just a bit of extra utility. That's one of the things as well. Once the CTs establish their economy, they've got all the nades, right? They're going to have the incendiary, they're going to have the HE, they can harass you, they can make sure it's not an easy transit out that squeaky door to down the vent. And the reposition is perfect. What a great shot from Rain onto JT there, and the 3 of the walking wounded at this point.
Smoke. That's so beautiful.
Cheeky one way. Well, it's not. I guess it is a.
You can't really go back front. Yeah, it depends on how you position, but you can't go back far enough on the T to control it. It's a CT controlled angle for sure.
I know Rush has a pro tip with one that lands on the box just in front of them there, right?
Rush's pro tips are getting a little elaborate. I'm not gonna lie.
They're not to fair people in matchmaking these days.
Yeah, no, he's like, hey, future pro number 3. I'm like, no, hang on, bro. You're asking me to figure it out. Now you're expecting 2 of my teammates to have a clue?
Yeah, well, that's why he's calling you future pros. He's expecting there to be progression over the years.
Yeah, he doesn't know me very well.
He doesn't know himself very well. He doesn't know. He doesn't remember any of the utility himself.
Ooh, flash out. Rain caught by that. Does have to spam in. That might can reveal his position. Fang actually considered it. I know it's the silencer, but these guys know angles well enough. Rain's still going to get Grim down, so this round's going to be slipping by the wayside, I think, any second. I'm going to stop talking because I'm wrong every time. Fang is going back, though. Has the head armor, has the Galil, but only has 10 seconds, so he's going to try and hold on to those.
Yeah, and this is frustrating now because the flow-on effects of this save for Fang, he's going to be feeling it for the next couple of rounds. It's going to be the only investment they have into the next round of play, which will be round number 10. And this is where... I think this is where Complexity are going to start to struggle, that they haven't been able to come out on top of this. I know that it's early and they have 3 rounds to their name here. FaZe are only 3 rounds in the lead, but that is going to become 7 very, very soon. And at that point, if Complexity can't strike back when they get the guns in their hands, FaZe can start to mount a very, very strong CT side of defense here. This year, FaZe have played Nuke 22 times. They've won at 19, they've only lost at 3. And they did lose it in their group stage against G2. And other than that, they lost it to ENCE in Dallas and earlier in the year to MOUZ during the Katowice play-ins, I believe. So there's only a few spots on this Nuke record, and I'm not sure if Complexity are up to the task. So here's the one-way deployment, I believe, and that might be the deeper variation if I've been paying attention to my Not Out Here videos. There it is.
Yep. And that one's even harder for the T's to look through. You can maybe get a lot of towards Secret, but Rain is not over there. He's going to chuck a nade up on top of Twinkie. Bit of a cream filling for JT. He'll swallow that one and go down to 82. That goes even worse for him when ropz shows up inside of the stairs. So they've got the two-man advantage, and the pace has definitely been slowed. You're not wrong, and it's going to be a lineup for karrigan to get 2. He falls off, 17 HP. He'll switch with Twistzz because there's no need to give away weapons at this point. So Twistzz goes for the wide side and takes down Fang.
All right, well, this is where the game can, I want to say really begin, but it's not even a full gun round for Complexity by virtue of Fang not getting the loss bonus. So he's going to have to operate on something much lighter. A Deagle is the weapon of choice right now. So what is the change-up going to be from Complexity here? I don't think it can be a brute force towards this upper A side again. They might need to start getting tricky with things and try a standard smoke wall and draw the rotations here. The floppy vent drop has been accounted for as well, so do they return to that? These questions are more to be answered now as back into play. Broke his AWP early towards the ramp position to post up. Him up on the silo and gonna dive quickly on towards main. There's 2 of them tucked in towards the back of warehouse, and it's quick. It's a split this time, but this is the perfect setup to deal with. That Rain gets 2. And that's gonna be it.
And they don't even know the second one's there. They don't even have to. ropz just waiting it out. As karrigan falls, he's the only one so far. Twistzz trying to lock them in. And he will play the back angle of Squeaky. However, Fang was aware that that door was very much in play. So they've cleared that back. Only a one-man advantage now. Double heaven position. Incendiary chucked on top of it. Bit late. Bomb's already down. Oh dear. Oh dear. They've blinded themselves. Fang looks up and sees that popping against the wall. He's going to perhaps anticipate that there's 2 up there, so he's waiting and holding the angle as they spot the shoulder, the elbow. Holzerk's got it. This is winnable. They're dropping in. They may have found Fang, but they've got to be quick to get to this bomb. Holzerk's backed off. Couldn't even find the first. He may have had a chance at it, but they're going to go collect utility, and FaZe are going to find their 8th.
Okay, well, it got a little bit clumsy there up towards the heavens, but handled, and FaZe starting to show their class now. You know, they've accounted for a lot of maneuvers Complexity have had going their way. They're ahead of this one now, and that's a great multi-kill from Rain again towards the yard to stall it out before it can get started. So a plant with the loss bonus puts Complexity in a competitive position. Here it is from Rain. That's the easiest kill of your life right there in the second step out. JT still trying to identify exactly where that silenced M4 got the kill from. Holzerk has an opportunity here. The bomb planted for him, and fight's coming his way, but hard shots to hit. And it's just going to be a partial investment here from Complexity. They're not going to fully invest into this.
Molotov to try and slow it again, but once more the pace is on. Twistzz, he didn't see it. He looked down to pull his utility out the bit. A player ran directly underneath of him, and they're inside of the vent. So welcome back to the fast playbook of Complexity. Rain's got the kill on Grim. Doesn't matter, they're already downstairs. Roki's got to be careful here because he's got JT pushing in behind. He's aware of it now, goes to the Deagle, and he's dropped.
Okay, well, maybe just a few more of these half-by situations, because again, they find all the space, all the kills. They can't get it done with full rifle rounds, but they can with the P250s, the Tech 9s, the pistols.
Wow, go save that. I mean, he's in a... Okay, that confirms the save 5 HP. I was gonna say, he's on 3 and they don't have a lot yet, but that bomb... Nice flash. Wow. Rain just taking...
Couple of L's there.
Yeah, don't really know what that was. Desperate times, I guess.
I don't know what this game is right now. The type of rounds that Complexity are winning are not the type of rounds FaZe traditionally loses. So the majority of the Complexity rounds have come from running through the hut and killing the player on the top. That's it. Just every time. They believe in the utility towards the top side so much, they're hard clearing top every single time. It's the thing of beauty right now is FaZe, their money's on the ropes here. Didn't expect it to relinquishing control of this game this quickly. 8-4, 4-round game. Important rounds ahead.
Holzerk trying to go through the door for the first shot of the AWP.
I think up smoke walls now. They've just dotted back towards spawn, so this is where the change comes through as the push comes forward and tags his teammate and Floppy there, does Brokey. Out to the vent to respond to the smoke wall here to make sure that nobody's able to get this secret control for free, but it's all the ruse. Nobody is using the smokes at all. They've drawn the rotation as they would have liked, and now they can set up the util. Pretty raring to go, but karrigan's aggression here is going to find a lot. It's a great flash forward. Twistzz sets that up, hanging around maybe more than he's worth. karrigan goes down.
I think karrigan got stuck into that second fight because he saw the first player was blinded, didn't see if the second one was or not, and didn't want to get taken down. That forced him to go a little bit wider. Floppy gets 2 on the way through. It's Rain that gets the back, but then Grim's traded it. And once again, Complexity, with pace, have absolutely annihilated the A site.
Just wielded the MAC-10 like an AK. He just got
fair enough.
2 headshots in 2 seconds from Floppy coming out the door. I know you can't stop the flop, but this is starting to get a bit out of control. It's a 5.
Yeah, ropz going to save this one, not even any contest. And Complexity could pull this half back. The fact that he only has $50 left, the fact that the money's whittled away.
I just realized Rain has 17 kills.
Yeah, that's
a quiet 17. Some of these quiet 17 hauls from Rain here.
I mean, a lot of that's been outside, right? He's just
Here it is.
Absolutely destroying them.
Well, this is the lack of head armor. You can see there, Brokey didn't have head armor right on that initial exchange. It just gets absolutely obliterated, head like a watermelon. And that's the FaZe fans. I don't think they can quite believe what's happening in front of their eyes here.
FaZe fans, also Furia fans, as I saw some apparel in there.
They're playing tomorrow against Outsiders.
Yeah.
Should be a good matchup. I think that's quite a good historic matchup there as well. That's our first game of tomorrow. That's at 3:30.
We're in sort of a tent structure, so maybe the Outsiders will be rated home.
Ah, I see what you've done there. Force from FaZe again, Matt. This economy could be the undoing of them. It could be an 8-7 half as halzerk opens up the account. Rain with a banger of a deagle shot from main. Steadying the ship.
Gonna try shuffle over maybe and pick up from karrigan's angle instead, but that deagle, you're right, does equal it through the smoke fang. He's inside of it trying to wait. ropz. A different look again toward the ramp room. It's a one and done spot if they go that way though.
But this is exactly it. If your Complexity, your undoing on Inferno was getting multi-killed by FaZe. You need to avoid that in a round like this that is worth potentially 2. Said that a couple of times this game and it's been topsy-turvy. The gap has presented itself as Rain's had to address the chance for a slink down towards the lower side of things. halzerk with the utility at the ready, and they're going to waltz in towards A where Brokey was, but Twistzz is.
Brokey just decided to jump to hell, take some damage for it, but Twistzz inside of the site, that M4. Standing tall so far. Brokey's going to try and take aggro. Twistzz wanted to get around on that. He found Grim. He's going to follow it up. He gets halzerk as well. He's looking solid. The one rifle doing the damage. He manages 3 kills. But goes down to the hands of Fang, who finds himself suddenly in a 1-on-2. And the baits out the shot, but ropz makes no mistake when he repeaks.
Twistzz has been a difference maker here. I know he only has 8 kills to his name, but you think about what he was able to pull off on Inferno when they needed him. That pistol round over towards Pit when they had that really rough first half. Then he had multiple rounds over towards that A site where he stalled them out. And this here, just as things were starting to look a little bit dicey, helps FaZe through another force fight situation. Poised towards the back of the site here, taking the fights as they come. Able to allow time for the rotations to start to clamp on in on this final player of Fang here. Great stuff from ropz as well. So FaZe back into the winning ways, and we're back into the action as round 15 is underway.
That's fast again, though. Twistzz is incendiary. It's behind the play. Luckily, karrigan was up to it, got the call. halzerk walks straight into that. He didn't care. He still takes down Twistzz. It's a 2 versus 4, mind you, so FaZe probably aren't too worried about that yet. Might find double digits in the first half.
With the bomb marooned on the top side and so much time to work with here, it's going to be a difficult way for Complexity to get back into things. JT still flirting with the squeaky door. Heard the scope. Trained at the ready. And oh, up here, JT, blink and you miss it. He's on the screen now and has drawn one back. Situation starting to look slightly more winnable as JT probing forward. We'll still have to deal with the player towards the back side. There's a rotation point of heaven as well. karrigan peers forward and he might catch a timing on this. That's a great kill from karrigan there, and I think halzerk gave away his position with the util. ropz is...
Nope, apparently he hasn't, because ropz looked right past him. And he's even going to go down the ladder now, wondering why he's not seen him. halzerk will get the op back out. But I think this one is over now, as Rain will find the shot. 10-5. Most one-sided half we've had, certainly for FaZe. Undoubtedly, they're off to a much better start, and perhaps a foot in the door against Cloud9 in the semis. We'll be back in just a second.
Oh my god. This play from ropz. Up a bit. He's knocking him down like bowling pins. He gets more. Is he on for the 8th? Tough kill and run. He's back to spawn. ropz will be fine this. Oh, he locks it up. ropz.
Welcome back to the final half of this series, the third map. It's been an interesting series, to say the least. We've seen it all. We've seen molding and Multa from both sides and both teams, but right now, the team smiling the most, I would say, is FaZe, up 10-5, and now they start the T side of Nuke.
And normality has been restored here, and maybe energy running low for Complexity. It's been quite the series for them, quite the showing. Overpass was fantastic, Inferno as well, but just pipped at the post. And pipped in the pistol rounds, as surely they need to get 1 out of 6.
Yeah, that would certainly be a talking point, considering this map didn't need to happen with 2 more rounds going their way on Inferno. karrigan will follow his troops inside of the site. Fang's got the first. He's going to follow it up. No, he's not. He's going to get taken down. ropz hits that instead, and karrigan hits Hellzerk. So it's just JT and Floppy, and it's sloppy from Floppy, as he has not hit a shot yet from heaven. karrigan will place the bomb. He's going to go for the one-way. They're even wrapping around behind him, so if he's not quick, he's going to have company. Perhaps. I think they thought has been normalized from Twistzz. He realizes it's not worth the flank in case his teammates fall, but they will not. Brocky's going to make it a perfect 6 from FaZe.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine winning a series if you couldn't win a single pistol round. So if Complexity are able to do this now, it is going to be quite a remarkable comeback here on Nuke. And another factor that has fallen apart from them, especially in that first half. 15 rounds played, 15 opportunities at opening kills. They only managed a total of 2 opening frags on their entire T side. So that's why it was such a difficult task. And when you think about those top side plays where they scurried out with the quickness and traded, and a lot of those battles right there, they were giving up that opening kill. So it has been a tough go of things on Nuke, because they are going to just rush ramp straight into an MP9. Floppy would have done well to get more than 1, considering the Springbok nature of those MAC-10s. And Rem does try and chase them down here, but denied by the smoke. And unless poor JT could get a kill, this one is feeling like it's going to go the way of FaZe as well.
Fang.
Oh dear.
Okay, all right. That did extinguish fast. Yeah, a bit. It is a bit. And look, they ran through a lot of Molotovs in the first half. Grim actually hit a good shot on Rain, but I'm afraid this one is too far gone with the HP as it is, and Hellzerk's backing off to save his scout even at this point in time. So 12-5 now for FaZe.
Yeah, and just to back up your point there about running through a lot of utility in that first half, karrigan and Twistzz combined have almost 500 utility damage. That's going to test to how many Molotovs and HEs those poor lads were running through just to get that top side control. There it is. FaZe now poised, ready to take this. Yes, as mentioned much earlier in the series, with a whole different framing, considering how this one has fallen apart for poor complexity. It was FaZe, the tournament favorites, the team chasing the Intel Grand Slam, being sent home in the round of 12, looking likely now to carry forward and make it a matchup against Cloud9, which I think is a lovely little rematch from their escapade in Dallas. And I think that can be a banger of a fixture as well. FaZe versus Cloud9. Obviously, lots of history between the orgs, but Cloud9 played some very good Counter-Strike over there in Group D. So we do focus here on what is little left over. Brokey quite quick on this. Grim does find the opener. Twistzz and Brokey quick to respond, and I'm sure more should come. Grim is doing his very best to put up a fight here. 3 kills for him in the round.
He does. He's been putting up a heck of a fight all series long. This is a showing from Grim, and what a story it is as well, considering how he played on Liquid, considering how much abuse he got back from the community, how unhappy he was.
Maybe even from his teammates.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, but now he's in an excellent spot in this complexity team, and I want more from these guys. I don't care how this finishes. I want more.
I think this is look, I don't want to frame it this way because it feels like a bit of a quitter's mentality, but for this team to make it this far and put up this showing against FaZe, knowing they go into, oh, perfect, we got a tech timeout. I can keep blagging on here.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have the RMR next week. They'll be traveling to Stockholm at some point to play in the Americas RMR. There's obviously Liquid's going to be there. Going to have a, oh, oops. Lucky it doesn't matter.
Liquid, EG,
yeah,
EG, and
Furia,
EG.
Imperial, Furia, Imperial, Pain, MIBR, 9Z. The list can go on in terms of South American representation. But that event right there with Complexity playing this type of Counter-Strike, I'm sure there could have been a conversation. Oh, would they make it? Are they a top 6? I don't think there's any question now if they can continue this level of form.
So this will be a silent timeout because it's not tactical. Haven't seen any tacticals yet in this game, have we not, on Nuke?
Oh, I think there was one early from FaZe. Okay. One early from when it was still quite close.
When Complexity was ripping through the door, and yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that. But yeah, certainly less than I might have expected.
Yeah, especially from Complexity, considering how things have been going. Now, we do have the tech team down there to sort things out for karrigan. He's vacated the server and will be back with us shortly here. Gonna have to dig real deep if you're Complexity here to start putting up this CT side of wall. This is where the campaign will begin. The hole is massive. They are ready to go. So just waiting for the match medic, and we will be getting things underway. So cash available here. Halzerg's AWP can be invested in. Floppy's even gone straight in with an AUG here. So a little bit off meta for how things are currently unfolding, but I think the AUG is still a bit slept on, all things considered. Conversation for another time.
Yeah, sure. No, I think it's a super good gun still. It's just more balanced than it was during, 2019.
Yep. The karrigan AUG.
I call that a moment of the augmented reality.
Ooh, I like that. All right, well, here we go. Standing up to the test. 13-5, round number 19. Complexity. Are you done? Do you have anything left? Any gas remaining?
Jump shots from Rain. Why not? Just send it with the AK.
Over those style points, isn't he? Wow.
Isn't that you, the frag?
Oh, yeah,
fragger?
yeah. Tried to play that role to the best of my abilities.
I think you just could have been yourself. Ooh, caught Rain with his arm holding onto a Molotov, nearly defenseless. He gets tagged down to 15. I'm not sure where that secondary spray came from.
Follow-up nade, I think it was.
I don't think it was thrown by Fang then. I think it was thrown from Annex.
So very light on HP is poor Rain to kick things off. So they've been stalled from the onslaught of Yarn for now, and taking a look at the utility left over, a couple of smokes, bunch of flashes, couple of mollies. Still a minute on the clock to work with here. Unfortunately for Complexity, they don't have anything in the util department, and the bigger problem is only one kit on Grim. So if that gets lost in the thick of things here, the retake will be very difficult. Oh, Twistzz made a step. Bang, you're gonna be hearing these sound cues momentarily. There's a head, there's a free kill. And the second you know where Twistzz is, you heard this, Fang activates for 2. And this is looking good for a Complexity first in this second half.
Floppy still holding on with that AUG. They now know it's there. He's going to fall off the angle, though, because he wants to be efficient. No need to give away a lead that they've taken, that they've seized outside. Looks up, sees the head, decides, yeah, all right. I've had 2 opportunities at this. Let's push back. Oh, that's a freebie. Gun barrel showing. Looked away for a minute. I thought it might have fallen apart. Halzerk will find Rain trying to get up from the ladder, and it falls onto just ropz in a 1-on-5 in 8 seconds. I think we know the scenario. This goes 13-6.
Okay, so this is the start, and I think the biggest key of this, assuming ropz doesn't get a miraculous kill here, is the fact that all 5 stayed alive. They need to do that again if you're a Complexity fan playing at home to establish a bit of a CT economy here, because it's going to be an upward battle, but a very good first step forward on this CT side. Nobody going down, and Fang getting away with a play like this, he's going to be instrumental in yard. He's going to be tussling with Rain in a lot of these different jousts of the mind games. Which smoke wall are they using? Which gap is he trying to pip? And how am I going to be tasked? As we do have the fans at home. If you want to join and get in here for the last half, esl.gg/fancam. Get in on the action. Here we go, back underway. karrigan in with a Tech 9, same for Brokey.
Line up, line up. Halzerk got both. They gave it to him. Twistzz and ropz trip over each other, and capitalization with a capital C. Grim will take down karrigan. Brokey the only one left. Excuse me, Rain's still in this. How dare I forget about him, but he's outside all by his lonesome right now. If he could open up from here, though, and they get through Squeaky, maybe a chance at this. He's looking for Grim, but he's got to be concerned as well about having. He sees the gun barrel, finds the head, no mistake, looks over and absolutely annihilates Fang. Excuse me for forgetting about Rain, because he is making himself known now.
Brokey can get the bomb down here. He can plan, and the response time is to the wrong side. The scoped rifle of Floppy, the AWP in the hands of Halzerk. You've picked wrong. Rain has disrupted this one in a massive way, and your rotation point. Halzerk, if you go through the vent, you are dead to rights. Rain will be waiting. Rain will be ready.
That was outrageous, that second shot from Rain. Halzerk, 3, 2, 1, dead. Okay, all right, I think they bail out. No, okay, fair enough. Throws him off it, goes for the quick no-scope inside the vents. I think he knew now his position was given up, so he gets away, but Rain is already taking obligations over at ramp. Brokey's come around to help him there. This one's done. Halzerk slips in the backside, though.
He's got the kit. He's sitting it.
Surprising. Oh! He got around behind it. No way, he's out of time. No way he gets this.
He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that is incredible. He had no way of getting down the ladder. Brokey lets him through, and he sneaks around through decontamination and flanks them while they're taking care of his teammate.
I can't believe that. The shots from Rain, they were showstoppers. They were massive. This is how Halzerk started the round, the double kill. And then he wins it with this clutch. The round felt done for Complexity, then done for FaZe, and then Halzerk pulls this off. Look at the tightest of margins here.
That's outrageous. If they keep this comeback going, if FaZe get locked out, that round is the round of the event. I mean, give Grimace ace, you can say whatever you want. Considering the circumstances and the pressure, holy moly.
He shouldn't have, you're right, he shouldn't have been able to get down the vent at all.
No.
Why did Brokey give up the vent?
I think he was expecting the shotgun off, so he says, all right, it doesn't matter, he's not gonna get in here with this time. I don't know, I mean, I understand it, but I don't at the same time.
This is crazy, because you can see the ramification of this. It's FaZe just down to pistols. They've been picked apart as we're trying to put our brains back together. ropz is checking out his teammate's corpse. I don't know what he's looking for. A penny, a pound, a deagle. That'll do. But another 1-on-5 situation for ropz here as one round drawn closer. It's going to be a 5-round lead once they dispatch of him. Look at this. You're not getting through towards hell. Come on, round the corner. We're waiting for you. It's two beefy boys waiting for this one. And it's going to be Halzerk to strike first. 19 in total for him. He's activated at the right time here.
The polar opposites of this team as well. You've got EU with a little bit of NA and NA with a little bit of EU. And both of those players right now are the ones that are stepping up. Twistzz, as you say, this map not so much, but Inferno absolutely. And Halzerk, that last round, that was just ridiculous.
Wow, okay. Yeah, look at the faces here as well. Disbelief across the board. As FaZe are going to limp back into this one now. All right, turns out we do have a game after all. karrigan's going to find an opening here onto Grim. There is a chase coming through. JT's committed to this now, and karrigan, in-game leaders doubling up. That's some real trouble. Some space, but they're just walking into death here. Murder box of lobby as they've just brought the fight to them. So after all the hard work of Halzerk, they give everything over, and Fang is the one now sitting in the 1-on-5 situation. So some odd rounds here. odd series of events to get us to this juncture. Unless FaZe can win a 1-on-5, maybe we have to start believing when we see Complexity still alive.
It's outrageous. Yeah, I have not seen a game this unpredictable in a long time. So Fang, I'll make a prediction. I think this one's over because he's about to get flanked, but not a chance for a shot. It's 14-8, 2 to go for FaZe.
Yeah, well, they should be able to just punt this one home now. There's still money available for the buy. Purchases can come through. That rounds of the eco from FaZe is God's grace, I suppose, for Complexity, all things considered. Hauser can get out the signature weapon of the AWP. There's only one incendiary in the mix here, though, Matt, and that means if FaZe wanted to try and be a little bit more aggressive towards A, they could waltz out Hut or Squeaky without having to wait for the flames.
Complexity's all in on this.
Gonna be a top pop. Look, they're just waltzing into Hut. This incendiary, or Molotov that's being at the ready is gonna maul this top side. karrigan waltzes forward. Twistzz open things up. Twistzz has found a second. You have to save if you're Cole. You have to save.
You have no chance. No chance of doing anything else, because if you give this one up, it's over. It's gonna be series point. ropz trying to go hunting. Will give away an AK.
Do you want to hunt as well if you're FaZe? How mean are you feeling right now?
Look, I know this isn't over, but gentlemen, a trip down, or a brief trip into the past, if we may. I mean, look, similarities in sport and storyline, and the fact that this is #1 in the world going against a massive underdog. And I can't help but think, I know a lot of people probably saw the movie King Richard. Venus Williams, right? The first game she plays against world #1. She's got the lead. She nearly has her. If you've seen the movie, she goes to the bathroom break and then comes back, and Venus loses, and she feels so dejected and completely crushed. And she walks outside the stadium hours later, and there's still fans waiting to applaud her because she's a teenager who just took on the world, and that was the start of her story. And Complexity, they deserve an applause right now. This is ridiculous. The fact that they fought this hard in this style, and the way that they've done it, Grim looking like an absolute monster on Inferno, Halzerk with that round just a moment ago. The one thing that will haunt them in this series is pistols.
Yeah. To lose 6 out of 6 here in a game where they've pushed the world #1 to the third map, where now we're seeing their best form start to show. It's a good warm-up game for this Cloud9 match going down on Thursday, and Rain just continues to tear up outside. Opening kill, Halzerk in the dirt. Just 4 more to find now to secure this. And FaZe, well, I didn't think they thought it was going to be this difficult, but it's a good way for them to get their head back where it needs to be to chase down that Intel Grand Slam. Couple of records available here. Looking for back-to-back Pro League trophies. Rain grabs another. Twistzz to be the first player to win 4 EPL titles and the first to get 2 Intel Grand Slams. This is just 2 more kills now.
JT and Floppy. JT steps out, Twistzz finds him. Rain will get taken down by Floppy onto 56, but they know where he is, and Twistzz gets the final kill. FaZe survive a scare. They survive a team that came to play. Complexity deserves every bit of recognition, and hopefully have won over a number of fans with their performance tonight. But FaZe, you better not sleep too easy tonight. You've got Cloud9 around the corner.